All right, let's talk about something we all experience every single day, but maybe don't really notice: sound. We're going to find out how the background music you hear in a store isn't just some random playlist. Nope, it's actually a tool, one designed to influence you. Let's get into it.
I mean, think about it. You walk into a room and the music just changes everything, right? Of course. But here's the thing. That coffee shop playlist isn't just there for the vibe. The music in that clothing store, definitely not random. We all feel it, but what you might not realize is just how intentional and seriously effective it all is.
You know, for me, this whole idea clicked in a pretty unexpected place. I was teaching a computer class. It wasn't some big scientific experiment or anything, just something I happened to notice. But wow, it completely changed how I hear the world around me.
It was wild. I'd put on some quiet background music, and suddenly, the whole room would fill with this low buzz of chatter. The students were just talking more. And then, the second I hit the pause button, poof, total silence. The energy just vanished. It was like the music itself was giving them permission to interact.
And that little classroom moment got me thinking. If music can completely transform the vibe in a classroom, what on earth is it doing in places that are literally designed to get us to open our wallets? Well, as it turns out, retailers have been onto this for a very, very long time.
Okay, to really get to the bottom of this, we've got to jump back in time to a classic study. This is where they really put the idea to the test, in a place we all know and love, the local supermarket.
So, back in 1982, a professor named Ronald Milliman decided he was going to actually measure scientifically how music affects shoppers. And his setup? It was so simple, but absolutely brilliant. All he did was change the playlist. And the results were, well, they were dramatic. When he played fast, upbeat music, people literally zoomed through the aisles. They got in, they got out, and they bought less. But when he switched to slow tempo music, everything changed. People just slowed down. They lingered. They browsed. And yep, you guessed it. Their sales receipts were a whole lot bigger. I mean, let that sink in. It was the same store, the same products on the shelves, the same shoppers. The only, and I mean only, thing that changed was the speed of the music. That right there is the hidden power of sound in action. And this isn't just about how fast we push a shopping cart. Nope. This effect also changes how fast we eat. Another study took this whole idea out of the grocery store and into a cafe to see what would happen.
Researchers at Fairfield University got really specific. They weren't measuring how much money people spent this time. They wanted to know something else: how quickly were people eating? And they measured it by counting the number of bites people took each minute. Pretty clever, right?
And just look at this data. It's pretty incredible. With no music at all, people were taking about 3 bites a minute. Slow music bumped that up a little bit, but with fast music, whoa, they were all the way up to 4.4 bites per minute. That is a huge jump. The music was literally setting the rhythm for their meal.
So, what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, we can call it auditory influence, and it's this really simple but powerful idea. Background sound is never just in the background. It's an active player. It gets into our heads, it changes our internal rhythm, and it guides how we behave and what we buy. Okay, so we've seen the science. Now let's talk about how this is actually used out there in the real world. Because, trust me, businesses have become absolute masters at using sound to get exactly what they want. Think about it. A busy cafe during the lunch rush, they're going to play upbeat tunes to get you in and out fast. But a fancy restaurant at dinner time, they want you to stick around, maybe order another drink or that pricey dessert. So the music is slow and relaxing. And it's not just food. An office might use lively tracks to fuel a brainstorming session, while a luxury car brand will probably use classical music to make their new product feel way more sophisticated and premium. So what it all boils down to is this. Sound isn't just decoration. It's not wallpaper for your ears. It is a director, secretly conducting our behavior from how fast we walk to how much we eat, all without us even realizing it. Honestly, knowing this is kind of like having a secret power. The next time you walk into a store or a restaurant or anywhere with music playing, just stop and listen for a second. Ask yourself, what is this music trying to get me to feel? And more importantly, what is it trying to get me to do? Are you really in control, or is the playlist pulling the strings? It's such a simple idea, but it's so powerful. Whether you're a shopper who wants to stay in control of your spending or a business trying to create the perfect atmosphere, understanding this is everything. Sound is a tool, and it absolutely sells.
The trick is to use it wisely.